Knowing TypeScript nowadays is mandatory. I rarely see jobs where you don't need to use TypeScript. Doesn't matter if you're using React or Angular, most jobs want you to know it on a good level. Unfortunately, most developers are focused just on the basics, but if you really want to code on a senior level, you need to know a lot of advanced concepts. This is why by the end of this video I will show you a lot of TypeScript helpers and functions that are important to know to improve your TypeScript knowledge. And just from the beginning, I want to say that a lot of people in the comments will write the same things. This knowledge is not really senior, even junior must know it. But this is not true. Most developers, when they're using TypeScript, simply know things like type, interface, writing data types, and that's it. This is completely fine, and you can write a lot of good code with such basic approach, but when you know advanced stuff, you can make your code sometimes better, or at least you can easily understand code of other people. But additionally, you need to remember not to make your code too complex just because you learned new patterns or features. What I see really often in the code bases are things like this. We have an interface of the user with some fields, and when people need to create interfaces like create or update, for example, to implement CRUD operations, they simply duplicate the interface and throw inside fields that they want. This is fine and it is working, but the main problem here is that these things are completely unrelated, which actually means if we add more fields in the user, they are not reflected in create user or vice versa. And when you have 3 or 4 different interfaces, you need to support all of them. What we want to do is to have just a single basic interface and then extend it to create other things which are based on it. Now let's look on different helpers and functions which can help us write better TypeScript, and then at the end we will try to improve some code. And the first problem that I see for developers, they don't know some keywords inside TypeScript. And one of such keywords is typeof. So here we have a user, which is an object. This is just a normal variable, and we're creating a type user, and here we're providing a keyword typeof user. What are we getting as a type here? We're getting a user with ID and name, because we created this type based on the real data in our code. And obviously you should understand that in the real application we typically fetch such data from the API and so on, but you need to understand what this typeof does. It just gets a type of some variable. So if you see next time typeof in the code, you won't be scared. The next thing that a lot of developers don't know is keyof. So as you can see here, we have a type user, and now on this type user, we're applying keyof. And basically it just returns, as the name says, keys of the user. This is why our user keys are ID and name. These are exactly keys that we have inside this object, inside this type. And then we can use this user keys, because this is now a type, inside a function getProp, for example. We're passing here an object of type user with ID and name, and we're providing a key, and we're specifying that it is one of our user keys. Now it allows us to write object key and make sure that this is exactly a key of our object. The bad variant here would be something like a string, and then we're providing this key as a string inside our object, and we're getting an error that no index signature with a parameter of type string was found on type ID name string. And actually this is one of the mistakes which scares a lot of people, because they don't understand the problem, and the problem is here that key can be any string and not just 2 specific strings, which is ID and name. This is why this code is not great. We need to write here user keys. In this case, TypeScript is sure key is exactly some key that we're providing inside, and we're getting the correct value of our object. And this is exactly what we're doing in my middle to senior bootcamp. We cover all our code with TypeScript, but in the reliable and clear way. Another important keyword is a record. And for some reason people are scared of record, but they're using objects everywhere. What does it actually mean? Here we have type user role, which is either admin, editor, or a viewer. And we're creating a type permissions, which is a record of user role and boolean. And as you can see here, what we are getting as a result is type permissions, which is an object with admin, editor, and boolean. Basically, we can rewrite it differently. Type permissions equals, and this is the object with admin, it is boolean, then editor, it is boolean, and viewer, it is boolean. This code is exactly the same, and this is how all people who start using TypeScript are writing their objects. This is completely fine, but you must understand that this code on the top is exactly the same, but better. Why it is better? Because record creates for us an object of user role, and our user role is exactly keys that are allowed inside this record. Basically, admin, editor, and viewer are our keys, and boolean is the value of every single key. It allows us in a single line to create such nice permissions type. And then here later we can use permissions on our access, and then it's an object with admin true, editor true, and viewer false. Which means record is simply a thing to create objects by keys and values. Then inside TypeScript we have two helpers which everybody should use quite a lot, because this is exactly what helps us to extend our types. For example, here we have an interface user with 4 fields. We might create public user just by taking some fields like ID and name. Then we will create interface which is not related to this user at all. But instead we can use pig, which is a helper, and inside we are providing our interface user, and then as a second parameter we are providing a union of all fields that we want to pick from our user. As you can see here, as a result we are getting public user type with ID and name, which basically means we are taking these two keys from our object and then we have them exactly the same like they were inside the user. And it is important because by changing this user, it will automatically update public user, and it won't do it if you simply copy-paste the code. Exactly the same we are doing with omit when we want to omit things like email or ID, for example. We are throwing inside our interface or type, and we are providing here either a single key or a union of keys that we want to omit. In our case, we're omitting email, and now we're getting a type with just ID, name, and is admin. So these two helpers are highly important. Another helper which is really handy is called partial, and it allows you to make all our fields not mandatory. By default, inside our interface, all our fields must be provided because we didn't put a question mark inside. But here we're creating type update user with partial helper, and we simply throw inside our interface. What we're getting now is that every single key inside our object is optional. It is number undefined, string undefined, and so on, which basically means partial makes all our keys optional. And this is a really nice way to implement forms, for example, when on update of, let's say, user, all our fields must be optional. So here we can create a page for our user, it is our update user, and now inside we simply provide a name because all our other fields are optional. And the opposite helper of partial is required. This is when you have an interface where all fields are optional, or for example you are using it on partial, but you want to make all fields required again. Here is a helper required where we're throwing our user with all fields optional, and we're getting our strict user where everything is required. But I want to say that I almost never use required because it doesn't make any sense to make all fields optional inside your interface. It is just a wrong way to use TypeScript. With TypeScript you want to enforce your types, which basically means mostly you want all your fields to be mandatory and rarely you want to make them optional. If all your fields are optional, then your interface doesn't make any sense. This is why required is not that useful. Another cool helper is called read-only, and this is exactly what you can expect. It makes your fields of the objects read-only. For example, here we have a config, which is an object with API key string, and we're saying that this object is read-only, which means all fields inside this object can't be changed. And by default, we're providing here an object API key ABC, and when we're trying to update API key, we're getting an error that we can't assign to API key because it is a read-only property. It makes a lot of sense to use it for things that you want to never update. Another nice helper is nonnullable. It allows us to eliminate nulls and undefineds from the type. When you have some string which can be null or undefined, and you want to create something like safe string, so you just want to remove from the type null and undefined, you are using nonnullable. And what we are getting as a result is a string. It won't work only with strings, but also with interfaces or types. Now let's look on the real example how we can improve the code that you saw at the beginning of the video. So here we have an interface user, then copy-pasted create user with fields that we are passing on create, and update everything is optional because we can update whatever we want. Again, all these interfaces are not tied together in any way. This is why changing one interface won't be reflected on other interfaces. This is why instead of these two interfaces, we can create here a new type, create user, and we can use here pick helper. And we're providing here our user, and we want to pick here only name, email, and is admin. And you might say, okay, but we could use here omit because basically we want all fields except of the ID. And you might be right, but it depends on your project. Exactly in this project, we need to provide just these 3 fields. We don't need to provide 10 additional fields if we have them later inside the user. We just need these 3. And now let's create our update user, where we can just use partial and provide inside the user. It makes all our fields optional. This is why here we're getting all of them as optional. And in the create user, we're just getting these 3 fields that we need. These are just 2 lines of code, and this code is tied to our user, which makes it safer in the long run, and we wrote less code. And if you're serious about becoming a senior developer and learning TypeScript on a really good level, check my middle to senior frontend bootcamp, where all our projects are covered with production-ready TypeScript and will help you to become a senior developer. Check the link in the description under the video.